Hello, my lovely child of the internet. It is I, Multi126789. And welcome to a video that I would like to call, well, let's, once again I talk about, in this case, today, we're talking about Blazblue cross-tag for almost every platform, I'm pretty sure, except Microsoft, I believe. Yes, so it's on Switch, PS4, and also Steam. But yeah, basically, I'm going to be just talking about how this fighting game basically encouraged me to go back and start learning how to actually play 2D fighters. It's a little bit awkward to actually begin with my history on fighting games, because, to be honest, the first ever fighting game I think I've ever experienced probably was on the Wii with Smash Bros. Brawl. From as far as my memory kind of recollects, I think that is the case. There probably used to be arcade cabinets that I would randomly put in coins and we would play back when we had arcades. I miss those days. But, you know, I don't quite remember those times, honestly, and it's been quite a while since I have played or remember playing any 2D fighter. Because a lot, again, like I said, I definitely was one of those types of people who was like, oh man, I like Smash Bros. Because I don't have to learn all these complicated movements, but I was never really one for like sitting down and being like, oh, learn inputs, learn corner circles, make all these weird movements with your fingers and thumbs to make the character do the thing that you want. I was never usually that guy, really, I was not. And I don't know what changed in me recently that kind of made me want to start doing this. Well, to be fair, I know why, because on the Steam eShop, this game was on for like $6, I think, in December of last year? Was that the case? Or January of this year. Either way, I just know it was on sale. And for me, even if there's a chance, a slim chance that I might enjoy something, that I try to make sure that I do my due diligence and get it, even if, yeah, sure, the $6 technically I would never get my full enjoyment out of, maybe, if I didn't enjoy the fighting game or the aspect of, you know, getting my butt kicked in a game type that I'm not really used to playing. But I decided, yeah, why not? I guess I should be a little bit more clear though. I have played games like back when my cousin had a Saga, what was it? I think it was a Sega Genesis for Street Fighter 2. I remember that we played that a little bit, but again, we were just kids, so we mashed buttons. And sometimes we would make the character do a cool special move that they had by doing a quarter circle, and we're like, whoa, what was that? Oh my gosh, teach me how to do that move, and then we wouldn't be able to replicate it. So that being said, I never really got into fighting games at that young of an age. And I also didn't have a person in my life who really pushed me to learn any fighting games. And then I think the next kind of time that I tried to attempt to play fighting games, again, Blazblue Cross-Tag came out in 2015. For the Switch, it probably came out, I don't know, I think it actually came out around the Switch's launch, actually, like for the Switch when it getting released. I'm not 100% sure, but I know it did eventually come to the Switch a little bit after it came out, because I remember this game came out a lot earlier than I actually remembered, because I was looking at the title screen of it the other day and it's like 2015/16. I'm like, bruh, this game is like old, but I didn't even know it's this old because I just didn't kind of enjoy it. But that being said, the game that I tried to learn how to play a 2D fighter with before this was, once I got my PlayStation 4, I had it for like about a year or two, because I bought the Switch at around the same time I bought the PlayStation 4. Don't ask, it was a different time. But I then remembered that there was a fighting game for Dragon Ball that was coming out that was called Dragon Ball FighterZ with a Z. It's not an S, it's a Z. But anyways, basically, one of the content creators I really like watching, Sir Lionheart, probably a link in the description, or I'll probably post something for him, because I like him so much and you guys should watch his content. If you guys are enjoying my new made content, then you're gonna love his. I think his is very, very good. and that everybody should at least indulge in it once. But that's just me. But anyways, he was somebody who I had interest in watching, and he was getting the game. So, of course, as me being the type of person who sometimes fanboys, not very often, but this person I've been watching for almost 10 years now, which is kind of crazy. Basically, I was like, yeah, I'll buy this game so I could eventually play it with them. I did play a few rounds with them, but then they kind of stopped playing the game after a certain point. And I mean, they also bought Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite when that came out too. So, well, yeah, both of these were back in 2018. Before, current time. But, long story short, I definitely learned a little bit of how fighting games work, but I still wasn't to the point where I could actually fluently make combos. I could do basic combos, and then sometimes I'd be like, I'll do the special command to do the funny haha super move or special move that they have, so then I can kind of get the advantage. Other than that, I kind of was just like, I know how to block most of the time, and then I know how to try to make sure that I don't get comboed all to heck, so I could at least attempt to try to fight the person off. With that being said though, that was like a couple of years ago, and Blazblue Cross Tag actually is like my first time actually getting back and seriously like caring about playing a fighting game. Or at least trying to learn how to play fighting games, right? Because I currently live with somebody. I've been moved in with them for quite a few months, and they played fighting games, but I never really learned how to play any of them. So I really wasn't super interested at the time to learn, but after I bought this game and me and him played, we realized how much, well, I realized for myself how much I really like playing fighting games, and how much it was fun to see him sometimes get angry. Now, some of that's a joke, not all of it, but some of that's a joke. But no, for some reason, this game really clicked with me, and as I was playing through it, I was just like, yeah, I want to learn how to get better so I can beat my roommate a lot more, so I can see him being upset. Not because I want to make him upset because of my raw talent and skill. No. It's more just the fact that I really thought, and I'm saying this with all honesty, that out of every fighting game I've ever played, this is the one that I think that comfortably for me allows me to learn a lot of complex things without having to work my brain 5 times as hard to figure out frame perfect inputs, or figure out timing for stuff that I didn't know, or being able to feel like, these people played this game so much that I can't possibly catch up. At least for the Switch edition, at least, because for the Switch edition, I definitely can say that everybody still seems to be around the beginner level when it comes to fighting, except the people who are already masters, like grandmasters and diamond players. And I fought and beat a few diamond players during my time playing it the past couple of months. Is because I really enjoy actually getting my butt handed to me, because I actually feel like I improve a lot more. So now my roommate is basically at the point where he doesn't like playing with me because I've improved so much to the point where I actually can consistently win like 3 times out of 5, which is pretty good considering that if I only lose twice out of the 5 times we play like rounds, that's pretty good. And I can almost sometimes always consistently hit my combos. There's only sometimes where I kind of just flub it because I accidentally get either too hysterical because I start laughing, or or I just am like, time to try to improv, and oops, it doesn't work. But no, I think most of the thing that Blazblue did for me also, there was a lot of characters in that game that honestly, just for me, as somebody who knows what type of style he likes playing a character like, they have quite a few characters for me for just to enjoy, which is also pretty hard, I can say, because not every fighting game I've ever played had characters that I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely would like to learn them. And also, like most of the Western fighting games, like Mortal Kombat, I mean Street Fighter technically is a Japanese game, but it's more popular in, I would assume, the North America than it is in like Japan. So that's how I just feel about it. But for me, it's like, since this was my actual first attempt trying to be good at fighting games and learning how to do combos and stuff, And considering that Western games I've never got to actually get used to, I'm actually curious and more willing to actually learn other fighting games other than just Smash Bros. Ultimate. Because I know I've been playing Smash for like, I don't know how many years has it been at this point. I would like to say a good amount, like, ooh, man. At least almost like 17 years, because the last one I played was in the Wii, and that one came out in 2006. So, yeah, we're getting up there, and yeah, that's dating me. And no, I don't care. But no, mostly just for me. I've just been happy just kind of playing the game, learning all kinds of these different thick things that you can do in this video game, and being like, yeah, I feel like I'm actually achieving a growth that I thought was never going to be possible, because I just never played fighting games and everybody was going to always naturally be better at me. But I think I learned from both the person that I was playing Dragon Ball FighterZ with, Sir Lionheart, and also now playing with my roommate, is that I'm very good at learning how to adapt to a situation and not over panic most of the time. There are some times where I do let my heart rate get too high and then I panic and then I end up losing my life or the game. So that usually happens, but at this point of my career, I'm usually just calm and level-headed and be like, alright, if this happens, then I can just go ahead and do this, or just wait until they're finished doing what they're doing, so I can then punish them by just using whatever I want afterwards. Because again, I learned how to actually block and actually say, you know what, I'm not gonna just mash, because I'm better than mashing. I'm a little bit above that, even though Smash Brothers still sometimes makes me want to keep doing that. But that's neither here nor there. But no, also I guess this is kind of an endorsement for this game if you would like to pick it up for the Switch as a fighting game that's 2D, that allows you to be, or to get a type of fighting game that's very accessible. Because honestly, it's a 2v2 game, so you get 2 characters per round, and it's very nice, and you can use assist, so you can call them in and then can extend combos. You probably saw a little bit of that while watching this video so far, because I have it on in the background, because I think it's appropriate to use some of this footage that I was using for training, to check my training stuff for later, because most of this stuff I recorded was actually just used for the purpose of me looking and seeing what I could have did better in certain matchups or fights against people. Because yeah, even though I wasn't around recording, I was still recording stuff because I still had an itch to make content eventually on this. So yeah. Also, when I hopefully start back up streaming, if anybody's interested in playing or learning anything from my limited knowledge of this game, then I would be more than willing to teach or help people play or get into this scene, because honestly, I really do enjoy this game, even though sometimes I can get really dunked on. But you know, that's the part of all competitive games, right? If like Splatoon, like Smash Ultimate, like any other thing that I've ever played and that had a multiplayer thing in it, it's kind of just, you gotta understand that losing is just a part of being in a competition, and that when it's all said and done, you can either have it 2 ways. One, you could have a lot of fun and try to improve after that, or 2, allow your anger to take you over and then just never play the game again. But all in all, I think this game is a very friendly addition to like a fighting game community, or for somebody who wishes to learn. A lot of characters to choose from, a lot of personality in the game, and overall, I also think the DLC is very worthwhile. I am also saying this as somebody who picked it up for what, $6? So I mean, I got my money's worth definitely, because I think I've played this now over 30 hours, which is saying something considering that I never thought I would get a fighting game over 30 hours other than Smash. So that being said, I don't think I have much else to add to this video, but if you are interested in a fighting game, please pick up Blazblue Cross Tag, because it's one of the easiest fighting games to get into that allows you to work on your skills for other games. Because now that I've played so much Blazblue Cross Tag, I've actually went back to Dragon Ball FighterZ, and I've actually been learning that I really enjoy playing that game now that I understand how combos and linking up moves and assists and all these other mechanics that I didn't really consider when I first played it because it was overwhelming to learn so much. Now works because I played Blazblue Cross Tag and it helped me digest a lot of the terms and the gameplay functionality that fighting games have. So, thank you, Anime Fighter, for teaching me the way.